Welcome viewers, Dr. J.W. Ayub. Aboriginal authority erased when protection became control. The word sounded protective, protection. But what happened when protection gave government more power over the people it claimed to protect? By the late 19th century, colonial governments were increasingly creating laws and institutions specifically directed at Aboriginal people. In Victoria, for instance, the Aborigines Protection Act of 1869 gave the government extensive regulatory powers over Aboriginal lives. The Aboriginals didn't sign up for that. Where people lived, where they could reside or work, the administration of reserves and aspects of employment and daily life, the justification could be presented as welfare. But look at what had happened to the original question. Aboriginal peoples had never collectively negotiated their authority away. Colonial settlement had expanded across their countries. British law had followed. Government institutions had grown around them. And now those institutions claim special powers to manage Aboriginal people themselves. Then came another transformation. Victoria's 1886 legislation, later remembered as the Half-Caste Act, pushed many Aboriginal people of mixed descent away from stations and reserves. Excuse me, viewers. Families and communities could be fractured by classifications created by the colonial state, and the Aboriginals never signed up for that. That reveals something critical. Government was no longer simply deciding how Aboriginal people should be protected. It increasingly was deciding who qualified for that protection. Who could remain, who could be removed, who belonged within an administratively defined Aboriginal population. The contradiction had become absolutely extraordinary. Colonisation had disrupted Aboriginal communities, then government used the consequences of that disruption to justify greater administration over Aboriginal lives. This was authority reproducing itself. Intervention created dependency, dependency could justify intervention, and intervention expanded the colonial control over the Aboriginals. Aboriginal people did not simply accept this either. They petitioned against it. They protested, they maintained families and communities of their own, and challenged decisions imposed upon them. Because underneath the language of protection remained the question Britain had never resolved at the beginning, which was, viewers, when had Aboriginal peoples agreed to give another government this power over their lives on their land? And that's why this series, Aboriginal Authority Erased, matters.